Hello everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. This video is all about how to check debts, litigation and enemies as per Vedic Astrology. A lot many people have this doubt in terms of in their astrological birth chart, how they can able to check the debts, how they can able to know whether they will be able to, get into any litigation issues. How do they get to know that there'll be some kind of threat or there'll be some kind of problems from the enemies? Just by looking at your birth chart, you can able to understand that. All right, so first and foremost thing, all this negative stuff can be dealt by sixth house of your birth chart. Your sixth house talks about debts, enemies, litigation, ill fame, misfortune. Sixth house also talks about diseases, obstacles and challenges. Sixth house also talks about dishonors, okay, losses, and also sixth house also talks about misfortune. Okay, so basically sixth house is considered as a upachaya houses. Upachaya houses is in something that where in which if at all strong malefics are placed in the sixth house like Rahu, Ketu and Saturn, that works really well because that brings win over the enemies. And these three planets like malefics, any malefics for that matter, like Sun, Mars as well. Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu works very well in the 6th, 8th and 12th houses. Because 6th house Rahu, 6th house Ketu brings win over the enemies, win over the competition. 6th house also talks about efforts. 6th house also talks about competition. So there'll be win over the competition, there'll be win over the enemies if at all you have strong malefics is placed in the 6th house. If at all benefits are placed in the 6th house, then there comes the problem that you might be facing a little bit of suffering and hardship in order to win over the competition, in order to win over the enemies, in order to win over the litigation. So all these things happens depending upon the planetary alignment. If at all 3 or more planets was placed in the 6th house and the Lagna is basically very weaker, for example 6th house is strong and the first house, that is Lagna, which is yourself, is weaker, then you'll be able to win over the competition. Okay, so basically Lagna should be stronger enough in order to have a hassle-free life. Okay, whereas if our 6th house is stronger, then the negativity will be increased. Okay, depending upon the planetary alignment, generally this karmic cycle, this predictions generally happens. So that those things has to be thoroughly analyzed. Okay, so when you have a strong malefics in the birth chart, then by natural you'll be able to get that energy, that resources, that requirements, that support in order to win over the competition, win over the enemies, win over the litigation, win over the diseases, win over any sort of dishonor or ill fame or anything that you can able to overcome any sorts of challenges if at all 6th house is very strong. If 6th house lord is debilitated, if the 6th house planet is debilitated, then there will be little bit of fear from the enemies. Then there will be little bit of problems and obstacles from enemy side, from the opposition. You have to literally fight in terms of getting your property, and also even the property matters also gets into litigation if at all you have 6th house lord debilitated. Okay, debilitated as in like the planet loses its energy. It will not be able to give you enough of good results. Okay, so that's what generally happens if planet gets into debilitated state. If the planet is into the enemy state, then obviously there'll be a little bit of hardship and suffering in order to overcome that specific challenges. Okay, and if at all any aspects, if at all any planets are aspecting to the 6th house and that happen to be benefic, then obviously you'll be able to gain success through competition, success from the enemies. Your enemies might turns out to be your friends if at all strong benefits like Jupiter or Venus is watching your 6th house. Okay, so any malefic effects will be reduced by just by the aspect of planet Jupiter, because Jupiter have that auspiciousness, that optimism. Just by aspecting any malefic planet would turns out would cancel the negative effects of that specific planet. Let's say, for example, let's say you have Saturn in the 6th house and Jupiter is watching from the 12th house to the 6th house, then obviously the negative effects of Saturn will be reduced by just the glance of planet Jupiter. Okay, so there are a lot many stuff that I can able to talk on this video, but I want to restrict this video only for 4 to 5 minutes so that you'll be getting that you don't feel bored in terms of watching this video, this kind of technical knowledge which I keep sharing in these videos. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. If at all you need my astrological consultations, the link is mentioned in the description section. Do book for an astrological consultations. Once I get a consultation order, I'll be able to help you with the complete analysis pertaining to your individual birth chart. Okay, so the link is mentioned in the description section. Once you book for an astrological consultation, I'll be able to create analysis, horoscope analysis pertaining to your planetary alignment in your birth chart, and I'll be deeply analyzing your 6th house to see what exactly is stored in your life. Okay, so thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.